Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, we will start. Um, Afrin, you want to go with your update? Afrin, are you able to hear?
Sir, I have made one application, great application,
You want to demo?
and yes, sir, I'm sure. Sir, only 2 minutes.
Okay, okay.
I'm coming.
Afrin, you have raised your hand. Okay, we can't hear you, Afrin. So, Yukti, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. So we have made this great app.
Uh, Yukti, can you give an overview first? What is this app about and what you are trying to
Yes,
demonstrate
sir.
in this? Yeah,
Yes, sir. Inside this app, we are using. I'm using props, and this is app like we are entering our name, and this app uh, out this app showing welcome our full name. Like we are you enter our first name and last name. This app showing this.
okay. But which technical learnings is being demonstrated?
Yes. Yes, inside there uh, we are using props, and I'm also using MUI for taking button, and
Can we
there
consider
are.
that you are trying to demonstrate how to use props and
Yes, sir.
okay,
So first, I'm making inside source component, but component folder. Inside there are three file. First is message. Inside there, message and my class all both are props, and here we are. I'm using class alert. This is basically using for coloring. Inside there are input in placeholder. Here we are entering our name, and event handling also. This is page where we all the components are render. All the threes are coming here, and there are use state also used for update our name. And when we are clearing our name, So there are button make where all the clear. So this is our application look like when we run.
So just a feedback, right? I think you might need to do this presentation once again. Okay. So the presentation which you would do is first is clearly try to say the purpose of it. Someone needs to know what they will learn from this presentation. Okay. So if you are demonstrating about props, then say what it is, what you achieve using that, and then clearly in the code explain see what it is doing.
Okay.
Can you come back with this again with a better presentation?
Yes, sir.
So need to be little more deeper. So whatever you are going through the code, you are like touching it in the top, and then you are trying to go to the next. So let's go little bit more deeper so that you learn that completely.
Okay.
And okay, so I had shared you one component, right? So what is the status of that component? Can you show?
Sir, you can share. You cannot share me another postman. I think you can tell me. Okay. I'm run this.
Sorry, I didn't get.
Wait. So this application.
Did you run this?
Yes, sir.
Can you run and show? There are a lot of learnings in this component which I have assigned you. Okay, so just stick to this. Side by side, if you want to learn something else, do that. But stick to this. Once you are done with it and you don't have anything, and then move on to others if I am not getting back to you. Primarily, your exercise will be around this particular component.
Okay, sir.
There are hundreds of things you have to do in this. I mean, practically you have to learn. Yeah.
So this application.
Right. And so what is that component is all about?
Yes, sir.
What is this component? What is the component name?
Sir, GTS, a service platform.
No, no. In the folder, what is the component name? Repository name?
Repository name is C first. GTS.
Go to your GitHub. Show me what is the component name. I think you did not keep the names. When you are checking out, make sure you keep the component name whatever is there in the GitHub.
Sir, GTS user education component.
Educations component. Right? So your exercise will be around this component. Okay. Now,
Okay.
to understand what is this component, what it does, you do one thing. Go to our original website, goraitech.com, and this guidance is for everybody. So I am explaining in this. Others also need to follow it. So when any component is given to you, any work is given to you, in fact, you can see that in our original product. It is already implemented. Okay, and
Yes,
same
sir.
thing you are going to learn in reality. So log into this. You have registered, right?
Yes, sir.
Log in. Okay, go to profile, top left, education. Right, add education. Okay. So here you can add these
Hmm.
educations. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Okay, so explore these functionalities, and same thing you are going to basically the component which I have given you, it mainly does this operations on this education page where you should be able to add, edit, delete educations.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So first thing is now in your case you have only the UI code. You don't have the microservice or
Hmm.
API. Okay, and I had promised that I will give you the API. So let me try if I can give it today, but I wanted to see the demo first, whatever the UI code you have. Okay. So I will tell you now what you have to do. You can refer
Hmm.
this UI, okay, but code wise you take your local code and you come here
Okay,
and
sir.
explain the local code what you have. So
Okay,
now go
sir.
back to your code. Okay. So this entire structure, whatever is there, you need to explain in detail how it is structured.
Okay.
Right? You have components, pages, properties, you have Redux component, utilities, everything starting from your package.json, all your modules. Okay. To understand this
Hmm.
entire flow, and then that flow you demonstrate by taking help from that original product UI page.
Okay, sir.
Once you do that, then meanwhile when I give you the API, you should be able to integrate with that API.
Okay, sir.
And you will be associated with one DevOps guy who will be installing this your UI component, also the microservice component in AWS cloud,
Hmm.
and also one QA guy will be associated who will be testing. So that QA will be,
Okay.
so you are getting how the team will be formed and how will interact with each other for this particular component. What
Yes,
will
sir.
happen is when you go for a company job interview, right? And if they ask
Hmm.
any question related to product which you are demonstrating, they will really understand that yes, you have worked on the real-time project,
Hmm.
and you will be able to answer, from your real practice, not by by hearting somewhere on the net or in books.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So and one more thing is you will not be able to log in because you need the database also. Okay. So I will
Yes, sir.
provide you MySQL. Do you have MySQL in your system?
Yes, sir. I think.
Okay, so install MySQL. Okay, and I will give
Hmm.
you a YouTube video. In fact, you can search also in our uh, what is the database name, what should be the user ID, password, what are the tables you have to create. So those you need to
Hmm.
create. in your local system that is required to run your microservice. I'll give you the jar file for the microservice which you will run, and then you will be basically exploring all the APIs.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so one UI person needs to know in detail about UI specifications, and he needs to know how those APIs are working in Postman, along with all its possible scenarios. What all input can be passed in that API, what are the output you will get, okay, what are the error conditions are there, everything. So based on that only you will be able to integrate the APIs with your UI.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so within this component which I have assigned you, there are hundreds of things which you will be doing exercise with, and let's do it step by step.
Yes, sir.
So next step is explore this code entirely and demonstrate. Meanwhile, I'll give you database details and also my microservice.
Okay, sir.
Outside this, anything else you want to ask me?
No, sir.
Oh,
Hello, sir.
yeah,
Good morning, sir. Sir, can I present now?
what is the topic for you?
Overview of Java. Sir, actually, Akshada will share her screen
Okay,
and I will explain it.
sure. And why you are not able to share?
I don't know, sir. There is some problem in meeting. I'm not able to join with my laptop.
I think
That's
you are
all.
not joining from the calendar.
Yes, sir.
Why? Okay, so let me tell you, see, you have to join it from the calendar so that it will not ask permission.
Okay,
And
sir.
the other days also I gave you admit permission. That is why you are able to join. So if you join directly from your calendar, then it will not ask permission, and I think in that case you will be able to share.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, go ahead for now.
Akshada,
Yes,
please share.
okay, I'm sharing the screen.
Okay. So, overview of Java. Next. Akshada, next slide, please.
Can you
Um,
go
so,
presentation mode?
hello, sir.
Yeah, can you share it in presentation mode, Akshada?
Give me a second. Is it visible?
No.
Visible now.
Yes, sir. What is Java? So Java is an high-level object-oriented, robust, secure, platform-independent, high-performance programming language, and it is developed by James Gosling. Now the features of Java are: it is simple, object-oriented, portable, portable, platform independent, secure, and high performance programming language.
Performance spelling.
Okay, sir. Next slide. So variables in Java, as the name suggested, variables means value can be changes. So there are the three types of variable in Java. First is local variable. Local variable means whose value is whose scope is limited within the block only, and whose value is and we cannot declare it as a static keyword. Then there is a instance variable, which is also called as a global variable or the non-static variable. Global variables or instant variable means a variable which is declared inside the class but outside of the body of the method. In local variable we declare this variable inside the body, but global variable we declare outside of the body but inside the class. Then static variables are the variable which are declared with the help of a static keyword, and it cannot be local. Next. Then there are the data types. Data types specify the size and value of the variable. So there are the two types of data types, that is primitive data type and non-primitive data type. Primitive data types are the data type which are the predefined. These are boolean, character, byte, short, integer, long, float, and double. Then non-primitive data types are the data type which are user defined, which is class, array, and string. Class means it is a template. Array is a collection of different data type. String is a collection of character.
So
Next.
you said non-primitive data types are user defined.
Yes, sir.
They user defined. String
Uh,
class is user defined.
No, sir.
Is there
But these are the two types, that is primitive and non-primitive.
That is correct. But when you say non-primitive or user defined, so how do you just
Yes, sir.
an array, or user defined? They are not. They are in the Java already.
Yes, sir. Sir, we can give size to an array and a string also. We can declare it at runtime.
Yeah, that you declare it runtime, but they are not
Yes, sir.
user defined. They are already present. The JVM library.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, move on.
Next. Then constructor in Java. Constructor is similar to the method, which will help you to return the class, object, and instance or reference to the calling class. Then why we are using constructor? Constructor will help you to set up the data member value at the runtime. So there are rules for creating Java constructor. Basically, there are two rules. Constructor must have the same name as that of a class name, and constructor does not have any return type. So there are the four types of constructor: default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, and constructor chaining. Next. So first is default constructor. When there is a no constructor in class, then JVM itself create default constructor. Default constructor are not visible in like coding. These are created by Java constructor when there is a no constructor in class. Then second is copy constructor. Copy constructor in Java is a special type of a constructor that is used to create a new object using the existing object of a class that we created previously. Means here is constructor 1 and we are passing the copy to the second constructor. Here this is constructor 2 and constructor 1 in diagram. Next. Then third is parameterized constructor. Constructor which has specific number of parameter is called parameterized constructor. As the name suggested, parameterized constructor, which means we are passing the value of parameter from one constructor to the other constructor. This will help. This constructor will help you to set the data member value at the runtime. As you can see in the example, public class parameterized constructor. We have created one class parameterized constructor, and in the constructor definition, it's called a constructor is same as that of a class name. Then we have created public parameterized constructor. Then int age. This int age is a parameter which we are passing, which we are using. So this is called as a parameterized constructor. Public parameterized constructor int age. This is a constructor with one parameter. Another public parameterized constructor int age string name. This is constructor with a two parameter. So this is called parameterized constructor. In this, we are assigning the there is an int age which is global variable. So we are passing the value of global variable with the help of this keyword. This is a keyword which is referred to as the current class of the parameterized constructor. Next. Then constructor chaining. This is another type of a constructor which is called as constructor chaining. Constructor chaining is the process of calling one constructor from another constructor with respect to current object. One of the main use of constructor chaining is to avoid the duplicate code while having a multiple constructor. Here public class chaining parent is class. Then we have created public chaining parent int age, that is constructor. Now with the help of extend keyword, we are extending chaining parent. In this we are having two parameters, string name and age. We can access this parameter with the help of a keyword super and this. This is the this is the keyword which is referred to as the parent class, and super is the keyword which is referred to as the parent class, and this is the keyword which is referred to as the current class. Here we can use the keyword super to call the super class constructor, and super class and this super class refer to the parent class. Next, then object oriented programming. So object oriented programming is a core of Java programming which is used for designing a program using a classes and object. Next, so types of an object oriented programming: class, object and method. Object oriented programming have inheritance, polymorphism, capsulation and abstraction. Next, so types of what is inheritance? Inheritance means acquiring the property from parent to the child is called as an inheritance. So there are the five types of inheritance: single, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple and hybrid inheritance. Single inheritance: in single inheritance, one class extended another class. There is only means there will be two class, that is one parent class and one child class. So acquiring the property of parent from child is called as single inheritance. Then multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, one class can inherit from derived class, hence the derived class become the base class for the new class. Then hierarchical inheritance. In hierarchical inheritance, one class is inherited by many subclass. Just like a branch, one class can inherited by many subclasses. Then multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance is one of the inheritance in Java type where the one class extending more than one class. Multiple inheritance is one of the inheritances in Java where one class extending more than one class. So Java does not support multiple inheritance, but with the help of interface, it support multiple inheritance. Then hybrid inheritance is one of the inheritance in Java, which is the combination of single and multiple inheritance. It is also called as diamond inheritance in Java. Then polymorphism. Polymorphism means one task can be performed in a different way. There are the two types of polymorphism, that is method overloading and method overriding. Method overloading can be performed in the same class, and method overloading allow different method to have the same name but different number of signatures. Where this or different number of parameter, but the but the type of input parameter or a mixture of both. Method overloading is always in the same class. Then method overriding. Method overriding is always outside of the class. It supports the inheritance, as method overloading is performed in the same classes, but method overriding will be performed outside of the class. It support the inheritance. There will be same method name, same method signature, but the implementation in the is different, and signature should be matched. This method overloading is also called as a runtime polymorphism or dynamic and late binding. Next. Then there is encapsulation. Encapsulation means wrapping of code and the data together in the single unit. And when we wrap the data and code in the single unit, then we declare data member as a private, and this private data member can be accessed with the help of a public getter and setter method. Next. Then abstraction. Abstraction means hiding the implementation detail from the user. We can achieve 100% abstraction in a class. Method have only the declaration, no implementation is, and method will be having only declaration, no implementation. It's called as an abstract method. That's it, sir.
Okay, good start. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Anybody has question for her? So good start, Afrin.
Thank you, sir.
Java. Okay. So what you really need to do is now practically you have to write the code to demonstrate some of these concepts.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So you might have seen other people have done for the OOPS concept. Same thing you try to
Yes.
do, all the concepts. Okay. Prepare it very well and do your self demo first before you come to this team presentation, and
Yes.
watch the previous videos and whatever questions were asked and how they were answered or demonstrated, include them, and make sure you do more matured presentation
Okay, sir.
for OOPS concepts.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are very basics which are required for before you go for Selenium automation. So once you complete this thing, then you will start doing Selenium again.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who is there? Java guy here in this meeting today? Anyone from Java? Okay, not much. So for Java,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Sir, I'm not from Java, but I got the concept as inheritance in Java.
Okay. So Akshada presented yesterday on inheritance with example, and to have prepared, okay, you need to demonstrate as well.
Okay, sir.
All right. So, in fact, for Java guys, this will be too basic. Okay, but that is fine. And for other teams, these are the backgrounds which you need to know, basics. So that will help you. Okay. So I have to move on for the other meeting. I will come back and I will let you know when will be the next meetup. Meanwhile, I have 5 minutes. If anybody has any question or if you are blocked on certain thing, please let me know. Or let me do one thing quickly. I will call out the name. If you have just quickly update what you have done, only the status. Okay, in 1 minute. Akshada, you
Sir,
already
I have a question, sir.
yes. Tell me.
Okay. Concerning availability zones in a region, let's say, for example, we have two availability zones in a region. The
आएगा
instance we
ओके
deploy
होगा
in one availability zone,
कब
is it
नाले
required is the same
ओके
that is also replicated in the other availability zone, or is just the storage
hey
and
Kainde sorry actually I
sir?
was interrupted by someone so can you come again please extremely sorry please come again
Okay, yes, sir. In a region where we have two availability zones,
mm-hmm.
the instance we deploy on availability zone A, is it also the same that must be on availability zone B, aside being replicating the storage or the database to the other availability zone?
No, I'm not getting your question. Do you want to show me through a diagram or which you try to present yesterday something like that?
Hmm.
Do one thing, share your
I've not drawn the diagram yet. I've not drawn the diagram. Okay, maybe our next meeting I will prepare it better with the diagram.
okay in fact I'm not able to understand did anyone understand the question? Do you want to explain it again? Let's see.
No, sir.
Can they please explain it once?
Yeah. Okay. Let me say yes. In the region, there's probably we can have two availability zones. Am I
Right. It
right?
is related to availability zone. Okay. Then
Yes. Then okay, we deploy a web application on one availability zone A.
yes,
Is it mandatory on the availability zone B? That same web application must be there also.
it is not mandatory.
Okay.
It is not mandatory, and we need to deploy into other availability zones based on our need to either to scale it or to make sure that it is available for our digester recovery and other reasons.
Okay.
In fact, if
Okay.
you deploy into multiple availability zones, it will cost more. So
Yes.
by okay, so that is the point. So like it is as good as when you are deploying into one machine which is there in your city. Okay, now
Yes.
your customers belong to the other city also. So in that time, what you
Yes,
do
sir.
is you want to put some load balancer and all, and you want to say, that, okay, I want to have it into another city also. It will help you in multiple ways. One is it will balance the load. Second is for during disaster recovery, if one area has earthquake or any natural calamities or anything, even it is not working due to network problem or anything, that time at least another availability zone is there which will serve the request for the customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay. No problem. Okay. I will go with quick update, right? Akshada, you had updated, right?
Yes, sir.
Jeevan. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 .
Sir, Or inheritance concept, full inheritance
So
concept.
you have prepared on the inheritance concept which you want to demonstrate.
Yes, sir.
So you message in the group. Okay, I will give you the next
Okay,
slot
sir.
when you can demonstrate.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Kahinde, what was your update? Okay, I will move on. Mohammed Sheikh, did you check what are the things you have done?
Yes, sir.
Can you summarize what you have done so far? See, be very honest and frank. Okay, I did not get really time, or I was not serious. Anything I could not do it. From today, I will do it. So that makes sense to me.
Yes, sir.
So you will do it from today seriously.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubt, anything like others, separately you message me, talk to me personally. I will guide you.
Okay, sir.
All right. Pavitra.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning.
Sir, I have prepared CloudWatch PPT, sir, demonstration.
You are ready to present?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you drop a message in the group so that I can plan accordingly?
Okay, sir.
Uday.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes, sir. I prepared till Linux architecture, basics commands used in Linux, and then file permission. I've just started. So I will complete that one and I will demonstrate.
Okay. So yeah, fine. So even at least partially you are ready to demonstrate, right? Yesterday you were trying to do, but
Yes, sir. Yes.
yeah. Okay. So again, it is a repetition, but do message again, so that couple of demonstrations which are pending. Let me see throughout the date when I can plan, and we can go through those. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. All right. So see you guys. Have a good learning. Talk to you again later.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
sir.